Alright, ASC reliable. Should have had this recorded earlier, but due to the fact, wasn't really looking at doing that. But what we got is a 2013 or 2012 Dodge Grand Caravan. The wheel bearing is being replaced on this. Alright, so right now I'm trying to knock this wheel bearing off. The easier way would have been to use a slide hammer, but since this wheel bearing is coming off easy, I'm using the chisel, so I can beat it out. The chisel, and I'm wedging it in between the knuckle and the wheel bearing base, or the back of the wheel bearing. I'm using that to press it out. This is how the wheel bearing is. If you hear, that was the noise that I was making. Okay, what I'm doing, I got a little imperfection here. That happened from the chisel. As I was going in, it gouged it, but it's not going to affect the way the wheel bearing sits on the hub. I just file it down just a little bit. Just make sure there's no rough spots, and make sure that the wheel bearing sits on it nice and flat. Yeah. All right, what I use is some anti-seize. This is the copper base, just to help for if this wheel bearing goes bad again. This wheel bearing won't be, seized up to the hub like how it is. I put a general, not a lot, but a good amount, a liberal amount of this anti-seize around the face, the hub face, and the knuckle face, and around the inner part. All right, so now I'm tightening up the last one of the fastener bolts for the wheel bearing, and then we can move on to the next half. All right, turn this straight ream. Okay, so the wheel speed sensor is on. Now is to put on the backing plate, put on the rotor, the brake caliper assembly, and then tighten back up the axle nut. Okay, so now I'm just tightening back up the, I already done tightening up the axle nut. I gotta torque it, I just gotta snug, put the rotor back on. Now I'm putting it back on the caliper, the brake caliper assembly, onto the knuckle, and just screwing in the fastener. You hear now, we have it rotating, and right now the wheel bearing is broke and you hear no noise. So now this is the fix. I'm gonna torque down everything else, but we're good. ASC reliable.